The referee for our main event is Pat Russell. The unified rules will be used for this WBC showdown. No free knockdown rule, no standing 8 count. Only the referee may stop it. Fighter cannot be saved with the bell in any round. Accidental foul, they'll go to the scorecards after 4 rounds are complete. Corrine received mixed results from fans here. He's had some legal problems, domestic problems, and also he's never really captured this Sacramento market as his predecessors did, Loreto Garza and Tony Lopez, because he constantly pulls out of fights that are supposed to be here in Sacramento. He does not have that fan base.
The last time these two men were in the ring was over 5 years ago. And it was not a good sight if you were a backer of Larios. A lot of things changed in that time.
Yep, Larios was 21-0 with 16 knockouts at the time. He said, I didn't really feel Vazquez's power. Got knocked down, got up, I went after him looking for the knockout, and he finished me off.
Right now, Larios seems to have learned so far using that long left jab, taking advantage of being the taller man so far.
Well, Larios said that if Vazquez is expecting the same Larios as 1997, he's making a big mistake. Larios feels he's much better technically now. Better defense, doesn't get hit with as many punches. And even Vazquez admitted that that fight was 5 years ago and that Larios has been in against very good competition. He's seasoned, so Vazquez didn't even expect it to be that easy.
Vazquez wants to get in the pocket like he was just a second ago, but he wants to stay there. He has a habit of getting in the pocket, but sometimes coming back out in front. If he does that, he come right back out into those long punches of Larios. I believe Vazquez, when he gets in the pocket, better stay there and he better work. Larios doing what you expect him to do on the chalkboard, using those long arms, using that jab, taking control of the outside, trying to get Vazquez to force his way in, where then Larios can still have the edge. Counterpoint.
Heads came together there.
Larios has been involved in a lot of headbutts throughout his career. He comes in with that head, he's been cut many times.
You mentioned that Larios was knocked up by Vazquez back in '97. In October of '98 in Mexico, he was stopped in the 5th round by Agapito Sanchez. Larios had a cut left eye, and the fight was stopped because of that cut. Vazquez has been knocked out once in his career. That was earlier in his career, back in 1996, something that you pointed out a couple weeks ago. You look at guys who turn into outstanding fighters, but that when they're young, as they get distracted early in their careers, you look down a lot of guys' resumes, champions' resumes, and there's that 1st round knockout loss.
You can throw that out sometimes. Sometimes that really can. He just chucked out the window. Guys get caught cold in the 1st round. They get past that 1st round, and they go the distance. They take better punches.
Stop the bell.
Larios and Vazquez wrapping up round 1. Sacramento's own Willie Corrine, the reigning WBC Super Bantamweight champion, has not fought enough, according to the hometown fans. A lot of injuries and other problems that kept him out of the ring. Got a right ankle injury. Says he should be back by the end of the summer. He must fight the winner of this fight, who will get an interim belt.
For a small town, it's amazing how many world champions, how many real good fighters have come from Sacramento. Is it the water? Don Shargan, I was talking to him today, the great Hall of Fame promoter that put this show together in last night's show. Said it's because there's been some good teachers. Right now, the teacher is Larios, letting those hands go at the right distance.
And there's also been a good promoter. Shargan has worked this town for a long time.
He knows how to develop a fighter. He knows how to pick the right matches on their way up. And this place is a great venue for fights.
Teddy, early. I mean, we're here in round 2. It's 1 minute in. What do you like so far that you've seen from each guy, or dislike?
Well, what I like, start with that first. I like Larios. Knows what he needs to be tonight. the taller guy on the
I
outside.
have a cut caused by a punch. Cut caused by a punch. Time in.
Cut caused by a punch. That is very important because if this fight is stopped, it's a TKO win for Vazquez. Larios has a cut via a punch.
Which is nothing new to Larios. Been cuts throughout his career. Knows how to deal with it. Will not panic. Right now, fighting the right fight, as you asked before. What do I like? I like Larios using his offense for defense at the right distance.
Ah, there you go. Referee Pat Russell says, come on, fight on. That was right on the belt. Right on the belt line of Vazquez.
Watch Larios getting those long arms off at the right distance. Controlling Vazquez and then making Vazquez reach a little bit and then countering him, filling the spots. As I said earlier, Bob, Vazquez has one bad habit. He'll get inside pretty well, but then instead of doing a lot of work, he'll pull out. He does that with Larios. He's going to pull into those long punches.
Right hand there from Vazquez. Larios so far, though, controlling the distance. Nice combination by Oscar Larios.
Larios using his offense for defense at the right distance. Taking advantage of those long arms. He can hit Vazquez before Vazquez can hit him.
The camp of Larios has a win over the camp of Vazquez already this evening. Javier Jauregui stopping Miguel Casillas.
Some great people in that camp of Larios. The legendary Rafael Mendoza. Some people say he's the smartest man in boxing.
I always enjoy talking with him. I spoke with him a lot on Wednesday. Good round for Larios, but he gets rocked.
Y cuando él se baje, métele recto.
Let's go, clear.
Go, baby, go.
Oscar Larios had a very good round 2 against Israel Vazquez, although he did get rocked late in the round. The problem for Larios, a cut right eye ruled because of a punch in round 2. Something to keep an eye on.
Another thing to keep an eye on is the distance, Bob. The distance. Does Larios keep it, or Vazquez, does he start getting closer? And does Larios keep those punches straight and not start looping them? If he loops them, he loses his reach advantage. He loses his distance.
Nice little hook to the chest.
Oh, yes. And Larios is choosing that uppercut very nicely with the short of Vazquez always coming forward. Good punch of choice in that situation. You have to know which punches to use. If you're in combat, you must know what kind of combat you're in and what weapon should be the weapon of choice. That makes for a smart fighter.
Every punch that Vazquez seems to land, good clean shot. Larios seems to land 2 or 3.
That's the way he's playing it right now. He says, I'm not going to lose a decision. And I'm going to keep the shorter man outside by moving my hands. See, Vazquez, watch that. Watch for this move. He'll come inside, and then he'll go back out, right into a punch. Vazquez will go in, and then pull out straight. When you're the shorter man, you get in, you better stay in there. Once again, there it is. Vazquez got in, came out. But now he came back with a good right hand.
Larios tasting a little of the power of Vazquez. Teddy, that first meeting when Vazquez knocked out Larios in the first round, that's over with now, right? I mean, now we're in round 3. Larios has taken a couple shots from Vazquez. That doubt is out of Larios' head. Is that correct?
Very good question, partner. Once that first round landed, if he was in my corner, I would say, Larios, just what you said. It's all over with. It's another fight. Come on, kid. Everything is normal now.
Because he's taken some shots, but he's also peppered Vazquez. Although Vazquez starting to find the range here a little bit in round 3.
75% of this business is mental. Once that first round was over, mentally, Larios was on his way to the right track.
Vazquez getting himself in a bit more range here in round 3, but Larios still controlling the better part of the action. There he is, the great legendary Hall of Fame promoter, Don Shargan.
Stay up there.
Oh, Manuel Ortiz, who he had one of the great bantamweight champs of all time. Don Shargan has done it all. He promoted in the Olympic Auditorium, was called Don Warwick Shargan for the fights that he made. And these are just some of the notable fighters he's promoted. Who's list? All of them there. Sugar Baby Ramos, Bobo Olsen. Look at him, Joe Frazier, Jimmy Ellis, Carlos Palomino, Bobby Chacon, who always was a crowd favorite. What great fights Bobby Chacon was in. Oh my goodness. Those fights with Boza Edwards, forget about it.
Plus you throw in former WBA junior welterweight champion Loreto Garza, Sacramento native.
Yes, sir.
Garza and Vinny Pazienza had a huge battle at the Arco back in 1990.
Sacramento's always been a great fight town. Oh, not only have they had great fighters, great fight town. And this building, the Sacramento Memorial Auditorium, what a terrific venue for fights. And not only the great Sacramento fighters have fought here, the great Archie Moore. Some of those guys, they've fought here too. Everyone's been in this house.
Teddy, we saw in the last minute or so of round 3, Vazquez has gotten himself into better position. Do you get a sense that he's gaining some confidence or some momentum?
Strategically, looking at this fight, yes, I do, but you just took the words out of my mouth, partner, because the way I'm looking at this fight, I'm watching how great a job Larios is doing, but I'm also looking at something else, how hard he has to work, how much more work he has to do to keep control of Vazquez. So I see Vazquez being able to maybe come on later.
Except for that right cross that Vazquez just ate, and another one from Larios.
And why is he eating it? He's eating it for 2 reasons. Larios is throwing it straight, extending it, and Vazquez is staying at the end of it. He goes in, and he straightens out long, comes back out. Vazquez keeps straightening straight out. At the end of the punches, he's gonna keep eating those right hands. I hope he likes the flavor. But again, even though Larios is having good success, if I was handicapping this fight like a horse race, Preakness coming up, the Belmont coming up, those are distance races. This is a distance fight. Larios having to work very hard here early. See if Vazquez can take care of that or take advantage of that late. Once again, Vazquez pulling straight out. Long straight right hand. And give Larios credit here, Bob. Sometimes he loops that right hand. Look at how straight he's throwing it tonight. He knows it's going to be effective. Vazquez is a sucker for it sometimes. Vazquez, when he throws his jab, I said it in Atlas World, he throws one, he posts, he needs to double it up or move his head with the one.
Vazquez, Larios slipped, and he slipped right into a punch from Vazquez. Right cross, landed by Larios again. Stan Gordon rings the bell to start round number 5. Good action from Larios in round number 4, Teddy, as he let the punches flow.
Something I don't like. If I was looking at the corner of Larios very early, maybe he'll correct it. He's going too close. Larios is getting a little too close to Vazquez right now, instead of keeping that range. Range is the story of this fight. And fights are stories when they're good ones. And this one is looking like a real good one.
Okay, we listened to the corner of Larios between rounds 4 and 5. And so Avilar translated for us. They want Larios to feint more, move and do a lot of feinting. Keep the plotting Vazquez off balance. Feint a lot. Set up your right hand.
Feint and use that jab, I would say. But I know why they want him to feint. They want to feint the shorter Vazquez into punches. and feint when they're not using the jab at a distance as a cousin. It's like a second cousin to the jab, to feint. It can hold the man the same way as a jab can hold the man. Make a man hesitate. And when a man's hesitating, you can hit him. Once again, I don't like how close Larios is getting. I know he's a fighter. I know he's picking the spots. Look how close he's getting. He doesn't need to do that. He has long arms. See that right foot of Larios when he threw that right hand? It's not like it was earlier. It fell in. We saw that tonight. Look how square his feet are getting. Larios not keeping his position. Once again, look at that right foot, how it's falling in. He might be doing okay. He's moving his hands. But he's getting into Vazquez's territory. He's not keeping his range, Bob, the way he was earlier. When Larios keeps that right foot, that back foot, just watch it. When he keeps it set and he throws his punches, he keeps his range. When that right foot slides, he falls in to Vazquez's distance once again. A terrific team. Producer Rob Bynum, Lenny Stucker, showing you feet. We have everybody in that front. Dave Clancy, Brian Zielinski, the whole crew. That's a top job. Larios trying to do a top job with the distance.
Don't forget Roger Grimm in the truck, too.
Roger Grimm, thank you. I have to get a list of these names.
Good action. Even though Larios is doing a very good job in this fight, as Teddy Atlas points out, here in round 5, Larios languishing in Vazquez's wheelhouse.
Yes, sir. Watch the feet. As the feet go, the distance goes.
Okay, time. Okay, that's caused by a butt. That's caused by a butt.
No, lo cortó cansado.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. I need a big wipe in his corner.
We begin round number 6 of the scheduled 12-rounder. Israel Vazquez, ranked number 1 by the WBC, at 122 pounds in the white and gold against Oscar Larios, ranked number 2 by the WBC in the blue, silver, and white. No knockdowns in the fight. Larios' right eye was cut in round 2 from a scoring blow. Edison Reynosa, the cut man for Larios, doing a very good job. Larios has landed a lot of big punches, but you know what, Teddy? He hasn't really backed up Vazquez much at all.
You know what I don't like? He just landed a good right hand, so why should I say I don't like that? But it was a looping right hand. And that was not a straight right hand. That means that Larios is getting, like you said, into Vazquez's wheelhouse. He throws a looping right hand. He has to be close to Vazquez.
Cut on the left eye now of Larios. They got the right eye under control. No problem there. And now it looks like the left eyebrow. There's a cut.
I said it from the beginning. This fight's going to be like the Belmont. Watch it coming down the stretch. Larios has had to work very hard to get this lead. Let's see how that pans out as we go down the stretch.
Teddy has it 4 rounds to 1 for Larios. I have it 3-2. You and I have a difference in round 3. I gave round 3 to Vazquez. Another 1-point fight.
No matter how you have it, you're back of Vazquez. Things are looking a little bit brighter. He's getting closer. And part of it, even though, again, Larios was able to get off some good punches, they were looping punches. Look at his feet. He's falling into the wheelhouse, using your words, of Vazquez.
Larios found out 2 weeks ago that he'd be fighting Vazquez when Florin pulled out of the fight. He was going to be the co-feature on this card, so obviously he was preparing to fight tonight. Larios thumps another right hand.
That was an early bang on the canvas. 1 minute off with that bang on the canvas. You know what? That can affect the fighters a little.
Well, the referee's
putting his hands out, saying, what's going on here? That was a 10-second warning, and we're still going 20 seconds later.
Well, Pat Russell does a good thing. When he hears that bang, he gets very close to the fighters, so he's ready to step in as soon as that bell sounds.
The fighters could be affected by that. This is going to be a long round for them, Bob, because 40 seconds ago, they heard that 10-second pat on the mat, and they thought it was over. They speeded up, and you know what? They had another minute to go.
All the way out.
And it probably feels like 5 minutes.
Yes, sir. definitely.
Larios going southpaw here.
He will switch. He has a habit of doing that.
He looks a little gassed, even though he had a good round 6.
He's been working hard.
Stop at the bell. Hi.
Welcome back to Sacramento, California. Bob Papa, Teddy Atlas ringside. Oscar Larios, Israel Vazquez, round number 7. We listen to the corner of Larios between rounds 6 and 7. They want him to go to the body of Vazquez and then set up the uppercut. That time he missed with the uppercut. Teddy, what do they see? They see Vazquez leaning in a little bit?
He's a shorter man. They've been using that punch pretty well. But you know what? I'm going to add a little something to it. They've been using it well early because you have a shorter man always coming forward. Yes, they're right. The uppercut can and has been effective for Larios tonight. But if he starts getting a little tired, and you pointed that out last round, that uppercut could drop, get there a little slower, can leave a door wide open for a straight right hand or left hook from the shorter Vazquez. Be careful with that uppercut. Be careful.
Gotta have the right distance.
You throw it too long, too far away. Bam. Slam.
Buster Douglas, Evander Holyfield. Combination there from Vazquez.
Vazquez has been getting closer the last 3 rounds. Part of it, the help of Larios. Larios starting to get closer himself, falling in with his feet. Look how square his feet are once again, Bob. And look at the looping punches Larios throwing now. Not the straight punches. You throw looping punches, guess what? You're not the tall man anymore. You have to get closer to the shorter man to throw a looping punch. Thus, you give up your height advantage. Thus, you're in the wheelhouse, like you said. Vazquez is starting to be able to get off now.
Break. Watch your hits.
One other thing. He said it early. Larios has had to work very hard. Look at that uppercut. Oh boy, he got away with one there.
And I'll tell you what, Vazquez got hit with some clean shots. I mean, some real clean shots in the first 4 rounds. Still standing right there on his toes. He looks like it's round 1.
Good chin. I'll tell you, the fingers of our guys here, our punch guys, are going to be numb. A lot of leather being thrown.
Teddy, it looks like Larios is starting to push and sling some of his punches, not throw.
No doubt, when you start throwing round punches, that is part of it. Part of it is arm, not the shoulder and the legs like before. Look at the legs again. Larios is squared up. A lot of target there. And that means when he's squared up, he's not at a distance, he's close. That's good for Vazquez. Bad for Larios.
Tough fight.
Oh, yes. This is some fight we have here, partner.
No knockdowns.
You have to love this fight if you're a fight fan. You have to love it.
Hey, this is a nice way to start the weekend with Gatti Ward and Kostadzu Bentaki still on deck.
And this is a nice little appetizer. Maybe a little bit more than an appetizer. This might be a full course. You have everything here. You have punches, you have heart, you have strategy, contrasting styles. Looks like you have an ebb and flow going here.
Teddy's scorecard, 68-65 for Larios. I have it 67-66 for Larios. Teddy and I differed with round 3.
Once again, looping punches. Look at the legs. Look at the legs. Squared up. No good, Larios. Squared up again. Give Larios credit, though. He keeps moving those hands. He's a punching machine. But he's in the distance of Vazquez. That might come back to bite him. But he's still carrying some rounds just by moving his punches, by the pure amount of hand movement. even if it's from the wrong place. And it is from the wrong place. Larios is too close right now to Vazquez.
Larios has not done a good job with his jab over the last couple of rounds.
No, he hasn't.
In the first 4 rounds of the fight, he was averaging about 10 jabs connected per round. Since then, according to my calculations, 5, 5, and 3. Actually, it's CompuBox's calculations, my math, adding it.
One thing that Vazquez is not doing a good job with, I believe, he gets inside. He's not working enough. Even though he's got the taller man inside where he wants him, he's letting the taller man outwork him. Vazquez needs to move his hands more when he gets inside. A moment ago, he put his hands behind Larios. You can't like that. If you're a backer Vazquez, he needs to punch when he gets into that position.
Vazquez being outworked here in round 8. Plain and simple. Larios is moving his hands. Vazquez not throwing enough.
Larios, to his credit, is also moving his legs just enough with the hand movement to give himself a nice little edge, keeping Vazquez off balance.
Okay, no problem. No cut.
Both men get in there with their heads. Larios, even though he's the taller man, falls in with that head quite a bit.
Good round for Oscar Larios. I'll clean up a couple things for you. The cut on the left eye of Oscar Larios as we begin round 9, caused by an accidental clash of heads. The cut on the right eye, which his corner's done a spectacular job of controlling, was from a punch from Vazquez. We listened to the corner of Israel Vazquez with Frank Espinosa, Manuel Robles, and Miguel Diaz, and they implored Vazquez. They said, you're behind in this fight. You've got to dig deep. You've got to throw more punches. You've got to start sweeping these rounds. You're falling too far behind.
That's a good corner. Those men you just mentioned, all good, solid boxing men, and good advice. Once again, Vazquez gets in close, pulls out straight, gets caught a right hand, a long right hand.
All right, Teddy, what does Vazquez have to do? Or is he in the right position? He just, all he needs to do is move his hands.
Bingo! He got it. Look at him. He's in there. He needs to punch. Yeah. That's what he needs to do. And keep it going. Build floors. Don't be satisfied with the first floor. Put the second floor, the third floor. Get a penthouse going. Put combinations together. One behind the other. Look at him. He's inside now. He pulls back out. He's inside now. Pulls back out. And gets hit. An eye in the left corner. Larios starting to bleed. Look at Vazquez. Ties up inside. He needs to work. He's behind. He's the shorter man. Good job by the referee here tonight. You know, we've talked about all the great fighters from Sacramento, past and present. One of them is a judge tonight, Lou Filippo. One of the judges here tonight. If you ever got to look at his face, you probably recognize him. He was the ref in all the Rocky movies. And this is starting to look a little bit like a Rocky movie.
That left eye opening up. Remember, though, the cut on the left eye is from an accidental clash of heads. If this fight gets stopped because of that cut on the left eye of Larios, they go to the cards.
He's doing it wrong here, but he's doing something right. He's punching. He's doing it wrong. He's in too close. The elbow going through the after the punch. Look at Larios. He's a tough guy. He misses with the hook. The elbow goes right through.
You know what, though, Teddy? Larios is taking some shots here in this round, but for the most part, he's been busier.
That's what I'm saying. He's doing it wrong. He's too close, giving Vazquez the distance he needs. But he's doing it right. He's moving his hands. He's making a bad situation a good situation. He's outworking the guy.
Thumping right hand from Larios.
What a fight.
Well, the fans here in Sacramento enjoying this main event. We've talked about how good a fight town this has been from the boxer standpoint and the fans. What a battle between Oscar Larios and Israel Vazquez. Vazquez ranked #1 by the WBC. Larios #2. At stake, an interim WBC 122-pound belt. Willie Horeen, the champion, must fight the winner. Horeen out with an injury. Teddy, the corner of Larios, said you have to throw straighter punches, and you're in too close.
That sounds familiar. I've heard that somewhere before. I agree with them 100%. And like, that's what I meant last round when I said Larios is doing it wrong. Obviously his corner feels the same way, but he's doing something very important right. He keeps punching, keeps carrying the pace of the fight, getting away with being too close. How long will he get away with it?
So Teddy's scorecard, 88-83 for Larios. I have it 87-84 for Larios. Teddy and I disagreed in one round. That was round 3. Bad spot for Larios.
What I say about the Belmont? Down the stretch they come.
If you're wondering, Vazquez has never recorded a knockout past the 9th round, and here comes Larios. He might be playing right into Vazquez's hands, though. Vazquez will take 4 shots if he could get his in there.
He's starting getting his in now, with a little help from his friends, or with his friend. Larios coming close. Larios letting that right foot fall in. Look at his feet. When he's square like that, he's going to get hit. Too much surface, too close, no balance. Once again, look at those legs of Larios. He's really falling in. It's up to Vazquez to make him pay the price. Vazquez needs to move his hands a little bit more. If Larios' corner was yelling at Larios, as you just said, about being too close and not far enough away and not throwing straight punches, Vazquez's corner should yell at him about moving his hands more.
Combination scored by Larios. Just when you think Vazquez is starting to regain some control, Larios answers back.
What a fight. This looks like a Mickey Ward fight. Tremendous bout. Throw Arturo Gatti in there, too. There's that uppercut that can be useful for Larios, has been. Well, this Larios never takes a breath.
No.
I mean, he's too square, he's falling in, he's looping.
He looks tired.
But he's punching.
And Teddy, Larios has negated the good work Vazquez did earlier.
It's going to come down to the chin now. It's going to come down to the chin now. If Larios can keep handling the shots, he's going to take since he's too close. And look at the shots he's delivering.
And Vazquez has a pretty good chin, too. Wow, what a fight. Wow, what a start to the weekend with Gatti and Ward and Taki and Zoo coming up. Oscar Larios and Israel Vazquez toe-to-toe as we start round 11. Nobody has been down. #1 versus #2 in the WBC. Willie Horeen must fight the winner. If he does not in a timely manner, he will be stripped, and the winner of this fight will officially be the champion. In round #10, Larios landed 35 of 100 power shots.
3 things have served Larios tonight, even when he's done it wrong. 1, his heart. 2, the amount of punches. And 3, his legs. He's moved his legs just enough to keep Vazquez off balance in spots.
Larios has thrown over 100 punches in each of the last 3 rounds. Vazquez has been close. 86, 105, and 98 respectively over the last 3.
I don't want to take anything away from Vazquez. I've been talking so much about Larios. He's got the heart of a giant. What a fight it's been, but he keeps pulling out. When he pulls out, he pays a price. He's in the pocket now. He needs to stay there. He got stepped on his foot. Lost his balance.
That might have saved Larios.
Yes, it might have. It very well might have.
It took away Vazquez's. It took him out of the pocket.
Yes, it did. He was in that pocket, and he was going to work in that pocket.
Every time Vazquez starts to get some connects together, Larios seems to have an answer. Does he have an answer right now?
See, it's okay, I believe, for the long-arm Larios to tie up Vazquez on the inside. Vazquez must not get tied up. if he's behind the way we believe he is. There's a looping punch. Now it landed with a little bit of a slap, but he fell in. Now when he's in, Vazquez needs to catch that punch, block it, and fire right back. He needs to know one thing. Larios is close. And all he needs to do is put it on automatic co-pilot and punch back. Block and pitch. Vazquez, how many times has he done it, Bob? He gets in close and he pulls out. Oh, this is some fight.
Let him out.
Frazier Ali, Ward Gaddy. This is everything. Look at this.
That's a lot like Ward Burton.
Ward Burton, exactly. Fight of the year.
Oh,
it just doesn't stop. The hits keep on going. My, oh my, oh my.
How do you give somebody this round?
Break. Listen to me, I'll break.
I just give him an ovation.
That's right. Finally, I agree with you. Even. What a battle between Oscar Larios and Israel Vazquez. Bob Papa, Teddy Atlas, ringside in Sacramento. They work on Larios. Hey, Teddy, someone you talk with every week is moving on up. Pat Knight,
yes, Pat Knight. We all here want to say good luck to you, Pat. It's been great working with you, and we'll see you down the road.
Pat remaining with ESPN. He's moving up to feature producer. Well, hey, what a battle here between Larios and Vazquez. Vazquez knocked out Larios back in 1997.
Wow! There's no need for us to talk. Just enjoy.
I think they told Larios in his corner he needed a knockout to win? Or is that just the warrior in it?
If this fight winds up being scored close to the way we have it scored, it will not be indicative of the kind of fight it was. What a war. Punch behind the ear a little bit. That one got the attention of Vazquez.
That's the first time Vazquez looked like he's been hurt tonight, and he's going to answer right back.
You talk about heart, you talk about soul, you talk about, oh! And you talk about a right hand on the button!
Finally, Vazquez has been put down. He's absorbed so much.
Fight of the year!
Let me in. Show me some work. Box.
Larios wants to finish it off. The punch behind the ear, Teddy, is the one that finally hurt Vazquez.
Yes, it was on the side of the head. It's where you got hit. It's where you get hit. Not always how hard.
Step out.
Willie Horeen is watching this thing ringside, and he may not want to get in against either one of these two.
I think he just left. And I'm just kidding. Willie Horeen's a champion. But boy, when you watch these monsters, who wants to be next up?
Vazquez down again.
This referee has done a great job.
Pat Russell covers him up. Oscar Larios, ranked number 2 by the WBC, is the interim 122-pound champion. He avenges a 1997 first-round knockout loss to Israel Vazquez. He was busier, he worked harder, and he finished off Vazquez in the final round. And Teddy, a punch behind the left ear of Vazquez was the one punch that finally hurt him tonight.
The bad spot for Vazquez, good spot for Larios. Vazquez, rest, you earned it. Great job, champion, great job, warrior. And Larios, congratulations. You may have a world title in your future. If you don't, you had a world championship performance tonight.
Well, Larios, who was robbed in January of last year against Willie Horeen, a fight in which he controlled, he was busier. Horeen got a hometown decision, at least according to my eyes and your eyes. has come back to Sacramento and put on a whale of a show. Crushing right hand. That's the first knockdown, but Vazquez was hurt before that. He got hit behind the left ear. That was the first time he had been hurt.
That set up that knockdown, no doubt about it. It softened him up for the punches that put him down. Once again, a little distance. That long right hand, we talked about it early. It could be effective over the jab of Vazquez. Vazquez had a habit of throwing one jab and standing there. He paid for it. Good job by the ref, as we said earlier.
Pat Russell doing it. And Larios celebrates it. Willie Horeen is in there. He's going to have to fight Larios again. Teddy, we talked about it earlier. There was a right hand behind the left ear.
It happened just before that.
Yeah, happened before that. No, it happened before that.
Happened a little before that. That's what sent Vazquez back into the ropes. Threw his equilibrium off, put him in a position where the other punches could put him down.
There was a punch behind the ear that hurt him. Larios gets the interim belt. But in his eyes, he's the champion because he feels he beat that man, Willie Horeen, on January the 19th of 2001 here in Sacramento. Israel Vazquez, you're a winner tonight as well.
Yes,
what
you are.
a performance. Good sportsmanship there for Vazquez and Larios. What a fight here on Friday Night Fights.